The ongoing debate about the state of the U.S. economy under Joe Biden versus Donald Trump remains a central issue in political discourse. While Vice President Kamala Harris argues that the current administration has bolstered the economy to become the strongest in the world, former President Trump insists that his tenure saw the creation of the greatest economy ever, which has since deteriorated under Biden. Both administrations claim economic success, but a closer examination of key indicators like GDP growth, inflation, employment, wages, and financial markets reveals a more nuanced reality. As we navigate through this analysis, we must ask ourselves, how do we truly measure the success of an economy? And are we focusing on the right metrics? The state of the U.S. economy is a pivotal issue, shaping public perception and influencing elections. The contrast between the economic performance under Joe Biden and Donald Trump has sparked heated discussions, with each side presenting their administration as superior. Vice President Kamala Harris boasts of an economy that is supposedly the strongest globally, while Trump claims to have built the greatest economy in American history, only for it to be ruined by the Biden administration. To determine which claims hold more weight, it's crucial to delve into key economic indicators: GDP growth, inflation, employment, wages, and financial markets. U.S. Economic growth. Evaluating economic growth under the two administrations requires examining gross domestic product, GDP, the value of all goods and services produced in the economy. The impact of the COVID-19 pandemic complicates this comparison, as both administrations have had to navigate unprecedented economic challenges. Under Trump, the economy initially faltered during the pandemic, but then rebounded strongly, outpacing many other Western countries. This recovery continued under Biden, with the U.S. leading the G7 in pandemic recovery as measured by GDP. However, neither administration can claim to have overseen the greatest economy in U.S. history. During Trump's term, from January 2017 to January 2021, the average annual growth rate was 2.3%, slightly higher than Biden's current average of 2.2%. Both figures are modest compared to the high growth periods in the 1970s. While the post-pandemic recovery is commendable, the claim of an exceptional economic period under Trump doesn't fully align with historical data. Inflation. Inflation has been a contentious topic, especially as the Biden administration faced significant price increases in its first 2 years, peaking at 9.1% in June 2022. Trump has leveraged this point, labeling it the worst inflation in U.S. history. However, this claim doesn't hold up under scrutiny. Inflation was indeed high, but not unprecedented, with similar or higher rates recorded in 1981 and other periods in U.S. history. The recent moderation in inflation to around 3% suggests some stabilization, although it's still above the levels when Trump left office. The rapid price increases during Biden's tenure were influenced by global factors like COVID-19-related supply chain disruptions and the war in Ukraine. However, some economists argue that Biden's $1.90 trillion American Rescue Plan exacerbated inflation by injecting too much cash into the economy. Employment. Employment is a critical indicator of economic health, and both administrations have their achievements to highlight. Trump's first 3 years saw the addition of nearly 6.7 million jobs, with a sharp decline during the pandemic. The Biden administration, benefiting from the economy's natural rebound post-pandemic, has overseen the creation of almost 16 million jobs since January 2021. Biden claims this is the fastest job growth in American history, and technically, this is accurate based on data since 1939. However, it's essential to note that many of these jobs were simply reclaimed as the economy reopened. The American Rescue Plan played a significant role in accelerating this recovery, though many economists believe the job growth would have occurred under Trump as well, had he won the 2020 election. Despite concerns about a potential downturn following weaker than expected job growth in July, the labor market has remained relatively stable. Wages. Wage growth under Trump and Biden has followed a similar trajectory, with increases recorded in both administrations. However, the context is crucial. Under Trump, Wage growth was comparable to the trend established during Barack Obama's presidency until the pandemic hit, leading to an unusual spike as lower-paid workers were laid off, raising the average wage of those still employed. Under Biden, wages have continued to grow but have struggled to keep pace with inflation. When adjusted for inflation, average weekly wages are now lower than when Biden took office. This stagnation has become a point of concern, particularly as the cost of living has risen sharply in recent years. Financial markets. The performance of financial markets often mirrors broader economic trends and has been a point of pride for both Trump and Biden. During Trump's presidency, the Dow Jones Index reached record highs, although these gains were wiped out by the pandemic. By the time Trump left office, the markets had recovered to above pre-pandemic levels. Under Biden, the markets have continued to grow, achieving record levels despite some recent volatility. While the stock market's performance isn't a comprehensive reflection of the overall economy, it remains a significant factor for many Americans with investments, shaping perceptions of economic health. Conclusion. The debate over whether the U.S. economy has fared better under Biden or Trump is complex, with each administration demonstrating strengths and facing unique challenges. While Biden's tenure has seen a robust recovery from the pandemic, inflation and wage stagnation have tempered the overall positive outlook. On the other hand, Trump's claims of creating the greatest economy in history are exaggerated, though his administration did oversee strong market performance and job growth before the pandemic. As we assess these economic performances, we must consider not just the numbers, but their real-world impact on everyday Americans. Are we focusing too much on GDP growth and stock market highs while overlooking wage stagnation and inflation? How should we truly measure economic success? Share your thoughts on what makes an economy truly successful.